So now we'll discuss about the project implementation. Okay. So any project, for example, you consider I want to implement some SAP. Okay. So before business want to implement the SAP, they have the internal discussions. Okay. Then they will ask which company can help us to implement this SAP. Okay. So the higher level implementation techniques they are used. Okay. Then it can be started, like it can be given the one of the SAP partners like Accenture, IBM, Infosys, okay,
Okay.
Capgemini, Deloitte, someone they will choose, depends on the budget. Okay. Then they will do the implementations. Okay.
Okay.
So when we do the project implementations, okay, so which methodology we will follow? Okay, so we have the different methodologies. We have the SAP methodology or active method. Okay, so what are the different phases available in the SAP and the active methodology? The first one is project preparation. Okay, and second one is business blueprint. Okay. Third one is realization. Final preparation. Dollar. Okay. So generally, we are following these five different different methodology, like different phases. Whenever we want to go for the implementation about the SAP. Okay. So, like in the project preparation phase, what we will do generally, okay? So here, generally we handle about the project planning, okay? So what are the deliverables we are going to handle in this project, and what is about timelines, okay? So that kind of high level planning can be happen in the project preparation phase, and reference to that, we will create a project charts here, okay? So how the charts can be done, like a pictorial diagram of, so in this stage, you will be there, this position in the SAP implementations. So that kind of a project charts can be defined by high management. Okay. Then they will define the project scope. For example, if you see the Ford, you have like a Ford, you have the plants in Chennai and Noida, and also you have, for example, you have in Bangladesh and you have in China. Okay, so generally they'll call as a South Asia, these regions. Okay, so if they want to go for a SAP implementations in one shot, they don't go the SAP implementations. Okay, so the first they start with Chennai and Noida. So they say it is like project A1. Okay, so the scope of this SAP implementation only related to the India. Okay, so once this India is successfully implemented, okay, the scope is only India, not China and Bangladesh. Okay, so
Okay.
once the India implemented successfully, then they will see how much the effort and all those things. Then they will go for the China implementation. Then once China is finished, then they will go for the Bangladesh implementations.
Step by step process.
Face to face they will go. So there they will define the project scope. Okay. So that is about the how much we are going to handle the SAP, that people will be define the scopes here. Okay. So next is project standards. In the project standards, we mainly deals about the what kind of tools we need to use and how to log into the SAP through Citrix or directly. This one, the security measures we are taking in the project preparation phase. Okay, so once it is done, and team skills development, if any one of our consultant is not sure about this, some of the tools provided by the business, okay, they have the reskilling. Okay. They have the reskilling about that particular tool, and he should be like handled. Okay, so this kind of team skills developments will be happen in the project preparation. Okay, so once it is done, then we are entering into the business blueprint phase here. Okay, so in the business blueprint phase, what we will do here? Okay, so generally we are going to handle about the conducting the workshops, business workshops we will conducting, and parallelly we will handle the like we will try to understand their business process. Okay, as designed to be we are going to handle like initially we will give QADB, like question answers database. Okay, so in the question answers database maximum we will try to understand their business, and as well as in the workshop. Okay, so next is a as is document. So as is means how the business is there. For example, if you consider P2P cycle, so what the business will say to go for this procurement of this material, we will give the order to this vendor, and the vendor will confirm back, and he will initiate for the stock, and we will receive the stock at our plant, and then we will do the payment. Okay,
Okay.
so if you see here, so this is like how he handled in the as is method. Okay, same thing how we are going to handle in the to be process. Okay, so in the to be process, order to the ex vendor means how he's ordering the purchase order. So ME21N. Okay, order confirmation. Generally, the terminology we are using in the SAP is release purchase order. Okay, and then take the stock into storage locations, which means we are taking the goods receipt. Okay, then the payment will be happen. So in the system, we are doing the invoice posting. Okay, so
Okay.
these as is and to be document, we will prepare for each and every phase. If we know if something which is not implemented in the standard SAP, okay, so that we will call it as a gap fit analysis. Okay, so generally the gaps we are covered through the rise of W. Okay, so this is a concept called as a rise of W. So how we are going to do the implementations, how you are going to fill the gaps in the SAP implementations. Okay, so that we are going to consider here. Okay, next is a business blueprint. We'll try to prepare and we'll try to take the sign
No.
off from the business. Do you have any doubts?
No.
Okay, so in the business blueprint process, we will try to put all the business process what we discussed in our workshops. Okay, so once it is got a sign off, okay, then we will start giving level one training to the business. Like in the level one training, how they need to open SAP, how they need to run the simple transactions like creation of PO, creation of PR, how to do the goods receipt, how to do the invoice postings. That all going to cover.
Okay.
Next is readiness with the dev server. Okay, so then we are going to handle about the dev servers. Okay, so we are going with the dev server. Then we are entering to the realization phase. Okay, so in the realization phase, generally we start the configuration. Okay, so we start the configuration of enterprise structure. We start the configuration about the master data. We start configuration about the transaction data, release procedure, pricing, inventory configurations. Okay, so all
Okay.
the end-to-end configurations we will cover, and then we'll try to do the unit testing. Okay, so then we will prepare the test scripts of the materials. Okay, then we will move these changes and the transport request to the quality server. Okay, so once we move these changes to the quality server, how we will move, you know, right? The transport request, SCC1 or STMS, then we will share a request to the business. Okay, so those guys will be shared. Next, then we will have the integration test scripts. Like you are going to handle P2P cycle. Like you try to create a PO, then do the GR and do the invoice. Okay,
Okay.
so that integration. Like if you see MM with FI integration, P2P cycle, you are going to handle. MM with ST is a STO. MM with PP, you are going to do with the production order. So this kind of all integration tests will be done, and we'll try to prepare a user manuals. So in the basic user manuals, we are going to help on the business, like how you need to use this transaction codes. Okay, so that kind of user manuals we will prepare and try to share to them. Okay, so it's generally educate the user. Like again, we are giving a training to the business to know the entire the transactions to handle. Okay, then we will do the level 2 training. So level 2 training is a process testing. Okay, so then we will do the rise of W. Okay, so the rise of W, like reports, okay, interfaces, conversions, enhancements, forms, and workflow. So these are the separate topic we'll discuss lastly. But there is a concept called as a rise of W, which is mainly do the identifying the gaps and gap fit analysis, and to fill the gaps, we are using this one. And by this, we will achieve the business requirements here. Okay, so all the process will be tested in the quality server. Business will provide the quality server sign off. Okay, and also we will test uploading utilities like a mass creation of PR, POS, and all those things. Then we're ready with the cutover. Okay, so then what we will do in the go live phase, we will try to move our all changes to the production. Okay, production server. Then TRs will be moved to the production server by basis. So how the TR movement will be happen? So first we'll move the configuration. Okay, then we will check the configuration is correct or not. Then we'll maintain the number ranges. Okay, then we will try to see the period postings and OB52. These all things are good or fine. Okay, so these kind of things we are going to check here. Okay, so once this is moved, then we will start the cutover. So generally cutover is a uploading of a legacy data. Okay, so legacy data uploads to the production system, which we'll call it as a cutover strategy. Okay, then we'll try to first upload the materials, vendors, PRs, purchase orders, and all those things. Okay, then it can be moved to the go live phase. So once everything is done, then we will confirm it is a live. Okay, so then business need to handle the support, like they will use support, they'll move to the support, and they'll try to work on the hypercare. Okay, so generally what kind of issues we'll face in the hypercare, like material is not created, or it is blocked, vendor is not created, PO is not uploaded, release strategy is not working. Some people don't have the authorizations, process issues, and designs. This kind of issues we will get. We'll try to close as soon as possible with these within 3 to 4 weeks. Okay. So once this hypercare is done, then we will give to the support team. Even support team also will work on the same tickets, but which is respective of the SLA, service level agreements. People will be work on the priority. Okay. So high priority, they need to try to close by 4 hours. Medium priority, they try to close by 8 hours. Low priority will try to close by 2 hours. Okay, so these kind of things we are going to handle in the support with the SL. Okay,
So these are the process they're creating step by step for
yes.
launching.
Yeah, to launch the SAP into the live server. So this is a process and a methodology are following. Okay.
Okay.
So there is one more methodology also, which is called as a active methodology. So the deliverables is same. There is no changes in the deliverables. Okay. So here is called as a active methodology. I mean, people we are using above one or this one. There is no much difference here. So the naming convention is changed here. So discover phase. Discover phase means project planning. Okay. So BBP is prepare and explore. These two combinations will come under the BBP. Realization phase is same. Okay. Final preparation is final preparation and go live. They make it as a deploy, and run phase is a live.
Okay, we can use this or this, right?
Got it. So both can. So maximum the latest versions of S4 HANA, they are using this active methodology because we
Okay.
reduce it drastically the documentation. There is no much documentation.
Okay.
So if you go for a SAP methodology, you have a lot of documentations for the functional consultants. Okay, so that we are going. So here also same. In the discover phase, we'll try to discover the software which is to be implement. Okay. In the prepare phase, we are readiness with the servers and onboarding the consultant and the business together. Okay. And in the explore phase, we'll try to finalize the business process. Okay. And gap fit analysis, we'll try to do and work on this one. And the realization phase, I will try to start working on the DAO system and the quality systems to provided by the SAP, and start the implementations like unit testing, integration testing, that user accept testing will be performed. Okay.
Okay.
And the deploy phase, you directly move these changes to the production server. So once deployment is done, then automatically which will be for the live run of the SAP. So this is like how this active things can be handled in there.
Okay.